Good morning, everyone. We are back with another Salesforce Saturday session. Today we have Jyothsna ma'am with us, and the session is on how to stand out and land your dream job. Hi, this is Praveen Goli. I am certified Salesforce administrator and working in TCS, and also one of the Salesforce mentor in Care University and volunteer of New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group. These are these are the initiatives taken by New Delhi Developer Group. These are Twitter handles and hashtags, and you can also join the New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group in Trailblazer community so that you can get updates about the upcoming sessions. Today we joined in Impact Salesforce Saturday session. This is our virtual session organized by New Delhi Developer Group. As I said before, you can find the past and upcoming sessions in the New Delhi website. Talent Central is again an initiative which is taken up by New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group. It is same like Naukri and Indeed. It acts like bridge in between Salesforce aspirant students and the companies looking for talented students. Recently, New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group started new initiative hashtag Let's Implement. Here they are connecting the mentors and mentees along with the mentorship. They will also get their hands-on experience will be guided under the mentors. Journey to Salesforce is an initiative taken by Salesforce India Developer Relations. These are the top contributors in every session to organize the session, to share the details of every session on social media. Thanks. These are the New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group channels and hashtag and YouTube. You can join from these. Thanks to our sponsors Cloudvandana and GreyOps. Thank you. So guys, for joining today's session, I hope all have great session and thank you over to ma'am.
Thanks, Praveen. I'm going to quickly share my screen. Can you confirm you're able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hello, everyone. And firstly, I would like to thank the Impact Salesforce Saturday group for inviting me to speak to the group. And also, you guys are really doing an amazing job and you're coming up with very innovative ideas to help the community. I really like them all and keep doing all the good work. And today, we're going to see how to stand out and land your dream job. This session is equally important to a beginner as well as an experienced person in Salesforce who is looking for the next opportunity or who wants to progress in their careers. A little bit about me. I am a marketing champion and a marketing cloud consultant, 16 times certified application architect, and I am the founder of the Impactforce and the Salesforce Marketers Group Phoenix. And here's the YouTube channel for the user group. And below you can also find the social channels, my IDs, and I'm more active on the LinkedIn. So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn for any other questions or any other help. So getting into today's session, here's the agenda. There's a common challenge for everybody who is getting started with Salesforce and wants to get into the job. It's about getting the Salesforce experience. We're going to see how we can gain Salesforce experience before we even get the job. And then we'll also see how we prepare for the interview, what are the pre-steps and the post-steps for the interview, and how to create a brand and how to be a pro at networking, and also how to make our profile shine. LinkedIn and on all of the social channels are equally important. They're like your other resumes. So we need to make sure that it's all up to date as well. And elevator pitch, which will be helpful to to showcase your talent, to showcase what you are. And we'll also look at V2 MOM. And in between, I'll be sharing some tips. So without further ado, we'll get started. So this is like the chicken and egg problem, where as a fresher, you would want to get some Salesforce experience in order to get a job. But then without a Salesforce experience, not many will be willing to give you a job. So it's a challenge that most of us face when we are getting started. So there are ways which we can by which we can gain experience even before we get into the job. The very first and foremost, I would say, is the super badges. Super badges are equally important as the certifications. Now, there are many people who are doing certifications. When I see a beginner who have completed a Salesforce training, it's at least 3 certifications each one of them have. So if there are 10 candidates applying for a job and all of them has the Salesforce certifications, then there should be something more unique to them for them to stand out. So super badges can speak for themselves. So it shows that you are skilled at implementing some complex real world business problem. And also you can prove your expertise in the specific role. There are some super badges dedicated to the specific roles, like admin superset, developer superset, and the business analyst. And so there are some super badges that are dedicated to the reporting, lightning, and many others. So you can clear those super badges and you can prove your expertise. And there are also some user groups. I think it is Super Badge Sunday, where the team comes together to discuss about the super badge and then solve it together. And if somebody is facing any problem, they can discuss and we'll be able to fix it. And the next one I would suggest is, don't wait for somebody to give you a project or don't wait for a company to give you a job and then you get the project experience. You can indeed create your own projects. You can think of your own real world scenarios that you are facing. Let's say when in a time when you are applying for a job, you can create a job search tracking application, or you can track all your interview processes, the interviews that you have taken, how well you have done, the tips, review about your interview. You can track all those things creating another app. And I have seen people who have created some apps to maintain their to-do list, to track their grocery or their shopping list. If they are doing some, taking some diet or doing some exercise plan, they can create an app and they can include all those details. And that is just getting started. You can make it more complex by adding more flows, approvals, Lightning Web Components, and you can take it further and create reports on it, dashboards, integrate it with other systems. So the sky is the limit. You can create your own use cases and keep working on it, and you can gain expertise that way as well. You can showcase that experience as well in your resume. And the next one would be, find some pro bono projects. So there may be some nonprofits or NGOs which may be able to give some projects for volunteers. You can sign up for the Salesforce Pro Bono Projects, and also you can find through your local networks as well. You can even take a proactive step, reach out to the nonprofits and suggest them how Salesforce can help them automate their process. And also, as a nonprofit, they would get 10 Salesforce.org licenses for free. This is what I have done when I had some free time way long time ago. So I myself approached a nonprofit and advise them how they can benefit from the Salesforce implementation. And I also help them in getting approval for their free license orgs. You can take that proactive step, reach out to the nonprofits, and you can come up with your own solutions. Try to understand what the nonprofit is doing and try to suggest how you can help with their implementation. And you can also reach out to your local groups, the user groups or any other groups that you're part of. Feel free to reach out to the leaders or to the team members and inquire if they would be able to give any projects, or they would be able to give any project suggestions that you can take up and create on your own. And there are some chatter groups. Um, these are the ones that I listed here, or the ones that I remember top of my head. Salesforce Careers is one which helps with people who are getting started with the Salesforce. And also they have a list of nonprofits who need some volunteers. And they also have a list of volunteers who wants to gain some expertise. So they're going to match the volunteers with with the nonprofits, depending on your experience. And there is also another group, Volunteers for Salesforce, which is run by Paul. So it also has a list of all volunteer opportunities. You can reach out, you can post in the group if you're willing to volunteer, or if you need volunteers. So you can follow those groups. And recently, I have seen some institutions providing trainings, as well as providing 3 or 4 projects which you can work on and gain experience as well. And when you are talking about your experience in an interview, even though you do not have much experience, there are some things which you need to keep in mind. Don't minimize yourself. Don't think low of yourself, thinking I do not have much experience. Maybe I have done some volunteer projects, but that doesn't count as a real world project experience. You don't need to think that way. You can include whatever volunteer experience you have. You can include that in the main experience section, and you can talk about it. Whatever you have done, if you have really worked on implementation, that still counts as your experience. So you don't draw much attention saying that you're a volunteer. So you don't need to highlight that until it is something that you have done really by yourself and it has some quality experience. And when you have very few certifications, you don't need to mention that you're 1 time certified or 2 times certified. Instead, you can mention in such a way that I am a Salesforce certified professional or Salesforce certified admin. You can list out the certification's name. And you can also talk about those badges you have completed, what you have learned from them, and how you want to use them to further include them in your next projects. You can also create some apps on your developer org, and you can share those with the recruiters or the interviewers, so they can log in and take a look at the app, and they can get a sense of what you know and what your expertise is. So these all talk by themselves. So these are the things that you can work on even before you get your first job. And here are the examples of few experts or community members who have taken that step forward, and they have built a wonderful resume on Salesforce by using Lightning Web Components and deploying that on Heroku. There's a lot of advanced features also included, but you can get started with the basic things and then keep improving it further. So here I have Shruti Sridharan. She has created a very nice blog where she showcases all her expertise, all the education details, experience details. I will quickly wrap the screen share. Okay, just making sure that I have got the correct window. I'm not sure. Okay, let me go back. Do you see, can you confirm if you can see my browser?
Yeah, it's
okay. So here is Shruti Sridharan's site. So here's the information, the basic details about her and her experience, basic skill set. And this talks about her education, certifications, and her expertise, skill set, the references under the social media handles, and the speaking engagements that she has done. There's a lot of information in here. This is all done using by the Lightning. As you can see here, it's all hosted on the Lightning platform. And there is one more, which is really impressive, is by Pranav. he has deployed it on the Heroku app. So here he highlights all his experiences, certifications, the basic contact information, all his social handles. It's all like one stop resume where he has all the information, all his Twitter, LinkedIn, Trailblazer ID, the references, his project experience, education experience, and everything. And while you implement it, you can take it a bit further, and you can also create a video or a blog talking about how you have created it. So that clearly shows the interviewer that you are the one who really have done that and you have the expertise. So here's the one that is put forward by Shruti. She has created this on the GitHub, and it was available for everybody. So here she has included all the details as well, how she has implemented it. And here's the GitHub. I can share these links with you if you're interested. Here's is okay. Here's the pronounce. Okay, and when you get ready for the interview, there are some steps that you need to follow before you take the interview and also after you're done with the interview. And you might have attended Prashant's sessions. He has really done a very thorough and very great job putting all the details together. So I don't want to cover any of those stuff which he has already done. So I would like to highlight some of the important things. So for a company, the interview process starts even before you attend the interview. So when they have your resume, they just don't want to go by what you have written in the resume. So they want to know you further, they want to understand what you have done, and they want to see whether that information you mentioned in the resume is genuine or not. So they may go out and look at your social profiles. Maybe the LinkedIn would be the first place, the Twitter, trailblazer.me profile. And if somebody is so proficient in the Salesforce and he who is already in the Salesforce ecosystem, they can also go and look at your answers that you are giving to the Salesforce community. And if you're actively involved in creating any blogs or any videos or podcasts that you're creating, they clearly show that you do have the expertise and you are the one who are creating all those things. We'll also look at how we make sure our LinkedIn profile stands out, and what are the basic things that we need to take care on our LinkedIn profile. Before that, let's look at a few other things. So make sure that you have done thorough research about the company before you are going to attend the interview, and also try to connect with the people and be prepared with the questions you may ask and you may be asked. There are some basic interviews like tell me about yourself or why we should choose you. There are some basic interview questions that you can get prepared to, and also you can be prepared to ask the interviewer as well. And after you're done with the interview, make sure that you send a thank you note and also reiterate how you are a best fit for the particular position. And that creates a lasting impression on the interviewer as well. And also there's always this saying, hire for attitude and train for skills. So many of the interviewers, they may not be looking for the exact skill sets. You may not be, if there are 100 points on the job description, you may not be meeting all 100 of the skill sets. It is just fine even if you know only a few of them, and then you don't know a few of them, but you do have the attitude to learn. That's what it is required, because anybody can be trained on the required skill set, but if they don't have the attitude to learn or the attitude to work together, then that wouldn't be a great fit. So mostly show up as a genuine candidate, show that you have the right attitude. And here's a good module about the interview strategies, how you can be prepared for the interview, what kind of questions that you can expect, and how to be prepared for the interview. So I can also give a link to this Trailhead module, which you can refer later. And talking about LinkedIn, LinkedIn is the #1 platform where the recruiters will be looking out for the individuals. So not all the job postings are done on the job sites or on the company websites. The recruiters also will be on the lookout for the candidates. So make sure that your LinkedIn resume, LinkedIn profile is up to date and it speaks about all your expertise. It's a kind LinkedIn maybe your social resume, and whatever you post on your LinkedIn pages, they prove that you have the experience. If you are sharing something about a technical topic, it proves that you do have the knowledge of that particular topic. And if you are creating any blogs or any videos, that gives more confidence that you do have the real expertise in that. And if you have been engaging in any public speaking experiences, try to include everything on your LinkedIn page. So when the recruiters or the interviewers, they go to your LinkedIn page to know you better, they have all these details about you. They know what all the amazing things that you have been doing, what kind of knowledge you have, what they can expect from you. And below here, I have included the uh, basic items on the LinkedIn profile that you need to make sure that you have all taken care of. The first one will be the LinkedIn URL. You can update the LinkedIn URL. You can customize it to just include your name and not include some junk numbers or some extra characters. And make sure that the cover photo and the profile photo is something that is relevant. And also make sure that when you're including the profile photo, make sure that it's not a personal or a casual one. Include something like a professional photo and include your name. And you also have the option to record your name. So you can record your name and also give a brief introduction about you as well. And make sure the headline is strong and it talks about all your experience, all the ways that you are engaged. If you're a user group leader, you can include that. If you have some blogs or some other engagements, then you can just include that in the headline as well. And the next one is the summary. This talks about all the technical aspects that you are good at. So make sure that you're including all the tools and the skills that you are good at. And the next one would be the experience. List out all the previous experiences that you have. Even though some of the experience may not be related to the Salesforce, you can still include that. That may be something relevant to the job that they may be looking for. And include all the education details, and the endorsements and the recommendations also weigh in much, and make sure that you get some recommendations from people. And also you can list out all your accomplishments. And after you're done filling out all these information, once you make sure that you have everything in place, make sure that your profile is visible to the recruiters, and it's public, and it's not and the contact information is also available for the recruiters to contact you. So you may be having many social accounts. Make sure that the branding, the pictures and the name and the summary, the headline, whatever, it's consistent across all the social media channels that you are in. This is the first one is my LinkedIn. The second one is the trailblazer.me ID, and the third one is the Twitter. So as you see, I have the same photo and the same name, and the description is almost the same across all the channels. So the recruiters or the interviewers, they will be able to identify you across all the channels, and they will be able to see all the things that you have been doing across all the channels. Next, it's very important to create a brand for yourself. When it comes to showcasing yourself, to making an impression of yourself on the others, it's the brand that speaks about you. So it's a consistent and regular process that you would do. It's not just like the one-time preparation that you would do. This is something that you have to be consistently doing, and it pays along the way. And it may help you in getting the new job. When you have your brand established, the recruiters may have you in mind, and they may be able to readily reach out to you instead of posting their job vacancies in the portal or somewhere else. They may be readily able to approach you. If you are visible and if you are making sorry. So creating a brand can help you in getting promotion or getting into your next role, and it can help you get recognized. And maybe you can go and take on more consulting opportunities or be a speaker. And you're also, by creating a brand, you're also showcasing your expertise, that you are an expert at something, you're a thought leader, and it's like a social proof. And when it differentiates yourself from other people. And here are some ways that you can engage, and you can create more visibility to yourself, and you can uh, stand out among all the people. So how you can contribute in what ways is the basic can be writing a blog, share your technical expertise, creating some videos. This could be something about the Salesforce new features, new releases, or you might have worked on something, you might have done some trailhead module and you have implemented something. You can create a blog about that particular feature, or you can do some case study and write more about that, or you can write some simple tips about how to use that particular tool. Maybe if you're learning about the flow, you can include some tip about the flow on the LinkedIn post. You don't need to create a complete blog as well if you do not have time. And you can also talk about some pain points when you are trying to take a super badge, when you're trying to implement it. You have gone through some issues, some challenges, and you might have got some learnings as well. You can include those as well. And even coverages, or when you are talking about some speaking engagements, you can include those details as well. And if possible, if you have the bandwidth, you can apply to be a user group leader. Or I know user group leader, there are some constraints, then eligibility criteria that you need to meet. If not, you can join, you can create your own Salesforce Saturdays, and you can lead a group, or you can even create your own study group and be a mentor and try to give back to the community. And we all have different commitments. We may not be able to give back in the same level as the others do. So the way that we can contribute is we can engage more actively, or we can engage on a less level, just like the way you can share some tips, some simple and small tips instead of creating a whole blog. So you can be involved in creating the content by yourself, or you can curate the content. If let's say somebody else have written a blog, you can reshare that, including your points, or including the learnings that you have captured from that particular blog. You can include your own thoughts on that. So it could be as simple as that. And even if that is not possible, you can just co-create the content with somebody else. A team, you can team up with your friends, and you can talk about one particular feature. You can co-create the content. And the focus when you are creating some content should be educating, and also it should showcase your expertise, and also it should provoke engagement and conversation, and also it should inspire others through your experiences. And before we get started, we all have some inhibitions. Maybe we feel that maybe we are not good enough. Maybe there may be some mistakes when I put the content forward. The experts may think that this is not the correct way. We do have some inhibitions, but don't let it hold you. If you want it to be the best one and you're delaying your posts, then you will delay it for a long time, and that makes no progress. So don't wait your posts or your videos or anything to be perfect. Just start it out and you will improve along the way. Don't expect it to be the best or the great content at the very first itself. You will learn along the way, and just keep going. And also don't think that you may not be qualified, or you may not be fit to do something. Just start out, and when you keep doing that, you will eventually grow. So my personal experience, when I started as a user group leader, I don't think I was confident. I was so perfect, but then I have been improving along the way, and I see the change in myself. So until and unless you force yourself to do something, you push yourself, then that wouldn't happen. So I have this next slide which talks about that. So if we don't come out of our comfort zone, then we cannot grow. This is something which I strongly believe: growth and comfort never coexist. So don't let it stop you. If you want to improve, just go ahead and do that. This one is about the importance of networking. As far as I know, and as far as I hear from all my circles, many of the jobs are filled through networking. Not even before the recruiters or they even before the companies go out and post on their job boards, they will circulate it internally, and it all goes by the word of mouth. And if you are in a good network and you're in constant touch with recruiters and some important people, then they may be able to reach out to you directly. So make sure that you have your LinkedIn all laid out properly, and also you are engaging with other people and you are growing your professional network. So there are many ways that you can improve your network. One of the way that you're already doing is and in the user group, try to connect with new people, try to make that connection stronger and take it further by discussing that you are ready to for new opportunities. And there may be also some people who are looking out for job aspirants. So leave the word out, make yourself be visible, be heard wherever you go. And there are some user groups that I know where they have a particular section where they talk about the job openings, and also somebody who is looking for the job, they can talk about their experience as well. So whenever an opportunity comes up, they will be able to reach out. So I have also seen many passionate members, beginners. They have attended many user groups. They did very good at networking, and through networking they got to know about new opportunities, and then through the network and through the recommendation and some guidance, they were able to get the jobs faster than the regular ones. So just make sure that you are in good network, you are making your connections stronger, and you're making yourself visible and heard. There are some groups which are on a casual level where you can attend and you can improve your connections. Ohana Coffee, Ohana Pairs, and Sticker Swap. There are many other groups like Food Force, Bold Force, Val Force. There are many other groups. All the groups are not may not be technical. They're just like social hangouts where you can get to know people, and where you can talk about your challenges that you're facing or anything. There is no particular agenda for those meetings. You can continue to attend those meetings and talk about any job opportunities in those groups. Then that way you will be able to get to know any new opportunities as well. And here's the next one. So when you are networking and when you are introducing yourself, or when you are attending the interview, elevator pitch, it's something that makes the first impression. So this is something that you talk about yourself, that you share about yourself, what you are and what your passion is and what your expertise is. So be ready with your elevator pitch. I don't want to talk about this much in detail because there is a trailhead module for this, and you can get a detailed information about how to create the elevator pitch. I will also link the trailhead module here, so you can go and if you haven't already done, you can go and do that module. So be ready with your elevator pitch, write it down and revise it and improvise it, and record your pitch and look at yourself. And if any improvements needed, make a better version of it, and be ready. You don't know when a new opportunity comes. Be ready to introduce yourself to make that first impression. And when you're doing so, elevator pitch, why it got the name is you should be able to talk about yourself and your experiences within 30 seconds. That's within the time that the elevator takes off. And so just make sure that it's not taking too much time, and also you're not rushing it out. Practice it well so you're ready whenever. And the next important thing that keeps us focused on the goal is V2MOM. This can be important for a company to make sure that its employees are in alignment with the company's goals. It can be important for a project. When you're doing a project, you can create this V2MOM to make sure that you have everything written down, the obstacles that you may have, the ways that you can finish the project, and essentially you can create a V2MOM for yourself. It's like a goal setting that you would do for yourself. V2MOM stands for vision, values, methods, obstacles, and measures. So when you're doing something, when you are starting something, you can start out with a simple project and create a V2MOM for that project, or you can create a V2MOM for your personal need as well. When you're learning something, you're preparing for a certification, you can create that V2MOM. This helps us stay focused on the goal, and also it helps us analyze all the obstacles that we may have, or the ways that we can achieve that, and also what are the measures that we have to take, and how do we measure the results at the end? How do we make sure that we are reaching our goal? So this is something which I would recommend to do. So we all stay focused on what we are trying to achieve, and we all are aware of what the blockers can be, and how we can overcome that blockers. So there's a trailhead module for this as well. And also there is a app exchange app as well. This is created by the Salesforce Labs. So you can install this and you can use it to set your own V2MOM. So vision, under the vision, you would define what you want to achieve or accomplish. It focuses on what's most important to you. So it's like you create a picture of what you want to be in the future. And the values, they represent the principles or beliefs that are most important to you as you pursue your vision. And the methods, these are the actions that you would take to achieve your vision. And the obstacles, there can be any blockers or anything that makes it difficult to accomplish your vision. So identifying these obstacles before you work, it helps you anticipate some challenges and also proactively take measures on how to overcome them. And also measuring your progress along the way, that tells you what you have achieved, or where you are, and how focused you are, and how to make progress depending on that. So when you are measuring your results, make sure that they adhere to the SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and timely. And when you create your V2MOM, prioritize what is important, and how to manage your time and resources. And it also helps us to feel more accountable as you create the we do MOM and regularly check the progress and measure the effectiveness. It helps us more accountable, and it helps us to track the progress and and go further. So when you are at it, be consistent and persistent. I know it can be hard at times. It can be discouraging when we are trying to get into a new job and you're not getting enough calls, or you're not going through the interview process. There may be times of depression or feeling of rejection. So make sure that that doesn't stop you, that doesn't hold you back. And even in case you're not able to progress much, make sure that you're still going forward with that. So there's this famous lines that I really love. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, at least crawl. But whatever you do, just make sure that you're moving forward. And remember that every big journey starts with a small step. So even the big companies that we have now, they started small. And though you are starting your Salesforce journey now, or you are in the early stages of your career now, remember that it's just the beginning and there's much progress that you can make, and the sky is the limit. I'm also including here a couple of other resources. There's a very good Trailhead module on how to build your career in the ecosystem. If you haven't seen this, this is something really amazing. It talks about all the things, all the different aspects that you need to be prepared with before you go to the interview or before you go to your first job. So as you see here, the first one is the career development planning. It talks all about how to improve your Salesforce skills and how to improve your experience, how to you can create the Trailhead badges and build some skills, identify a business problem and create a solution for that, publish the solution and make it publicly available on the blog or make a video on that. And also public speaking skills are as important as the technical skills, because only when you speak out, only when you communicate well, then you will be able to project yourself properly. So make sure that you are good at the public speaking skills, and you can work on your own projects. This project here, this is about creating an app to track your Trailblazer journey, and also you can improve your Salesforce skills and expertise by doing some of the modules here. And in here, the last one is about creating a portfolio site and customizing the site, adding pages. It is just like a mini project where you can gain some expertise. And in next here, I do have some sessions. As I mentioned, I am the founder of Impactforce. I created this group, realizing the importance of the soft skills, because we all understand the importance of the technical skills, but soft skills also are as important as the technical skills, and they will help you grow in your career and help you get to the next step in our careers. So I have been conducting some sessions which are focused on improving our soft skills. So you can find all these previous sessions on the Trailblazing Together channel by the playlist Impactforce. So there are some sessions which can help on preparing for the interviews, how to create the resumes, and many other topics are there. You can go and refer to those as well. And I think that is it. And now I will be happy to address any questions.
Hello.
So I can see from the chat window here, I see some of the questions. What are the pain points? Now, pain points can be something when you are implementing a Salesforce project or a mini app. you might have faced some challenges. You can include those, or something not working, or something not well represented in there. You can include all those things in there. I can share this presentation, which has all the links. So you can, once you get the presentation, you will be able to get all the links. I will include the GitHub link as well. If I'll try to get the link to those now itself. So this is the link for the GitHub. And if you would like to look at the blog, which details out all the instructions how to create. Can you confirm if you are able to get it, or if you're able to see all those links?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible there.
Okay, I think I am sending it to some other group. Okay. Okay, I'm going to post more links, and let me know if you need any other links. There is a link for the V2 MOM Salesforce Labs link as well. I will try to find out, or you can search it as well in the App Exchange. My V2 MOM is the name. I'm going to type that name in the chat window. My V2 MOM. Yes, thanks for that, Bharat. Bharat added that we can learn through Trailblazer community. That's a really great point. I have learned a lot from attending the Trailblazer community sessions. I'm really amazed by the amount of passion that the Trailblazer community has. I have seen some groups conducting elaborate boot camps, elaborate sessions for the beginners as well as experienced people. There is a lot of amazing content in there. Follow all the Trailblazer groups. And these days, everything is available on the YouTube. So you can go back and refresh those sessions as well. So there's also one question about how we get hands-on experience with Marketing Cloud. It's a challenge with the Marketing Cloud that we would not get any practice org, just like the way we get the developer org to learn Salesforce. For Marketing Cloud, the resources are very limited and the practice orgs are very hard to get. But there are ways that you can still learn. On the Trailhead, there is a simulator where you can take the module and get a feel of how it looks like in the Marketing Cloud. And many of the user groups are doing very detailed demo sessions. So by looking at the demos, you would be able to get a feel of how things work in the Marketing Cloud. And rarely it happens, some user groups, they are giving access to the practice orgs. I know it happened with few developer groups before, and even I have been trying from a long time to get practice orgs. I almost got access to them, but then due to some policy changes, that was recalled, and I was no longer able to get the practice orgs. But I was actually planning to do a detailed bootcamp for beginners while also giving access to the practice orgs. A recent update is that we are still going further with the bootcamp, not really a bootcamp, with the beginners sessions. though we're not able to get the practice orgs. If we get the practice orgs, then well and good, we will be able to provide it at a later time. But on the Marketing Cloud, we have started with the beginner sessions. One session has just uh, it was done 2 days ago, and it was posted on the YouTube. We will be coming up with the next follow-up sessions as well. So they all will include detailed demo sessions. So even if one doesn't have access to the org, they will be able to know how things work, where how the look and feel is, and they will be able to get a feel of how it works in the Marketing Cloud. Ajay says, could you please share the link of Resume Builder application? I think I have shared the links later. I think you got the answer. And I have 4 years of experience in C++. Now I wanted to learn and get job on Salesforce. How should be the direction? I would strongly recommend getting started with Trailhead. Trailhead is very exhaustive, and it's like a gamified version. As you keep doing, you feel like doing more as you earn the badges that motivates you to do more modules and earn more badges. That way, you will be motivated, and the way that the information is laid out in Trailhead is very easy to understand, and it talks about real world scenarios so that we can easily relate to. So I would recommend you to get started with the Trailhead, and then start being active in the Trailblazer user groups. There is a lot of great content shared in there. You can attend those and improve your skill set, and then try to do the super badges, mini projects, and get certifications, and do some real world projects, reach out to people. Does it affect your career if you leave your job in 2 months? I would say it depends. It depends. If you have the strong skill set, it wouldn't matter. And I have seen many moms who take a break in between their careers, and it's all considered fine. And recently, LinkedIn also made it official as a job role, saying stay-at-home mom. That's all official, and it's recognized, and it's praised as well. So when you have a valid reason, you don't need to worry about it. Just make sure that your expertise is strong and you have all your experience. Your brand is visible, and you're contributing actively in the community. Just make sure that you are active on the other front, so then it wouldn't be a problem. And there is a question by Shubham. I got to know about Salesforce. I'm a postgraduate, switch job. Okay, this question is basically about Salesforce opportunities for somebody who has no experience in Salesforce. So there is definitely a great chance that without experience, you can create your own. You can create. You can make your profile stand out by following all the things that we have discussed today. You can get experience by creating your own projects, working on the super badges. Then if you have the strong skill set, you have quality experience, need not be the real life on-job experience. There are definitely strong chances that you can get the interview and you can get the job. And make sure that you show your passion. I recently was contacted by someone who is talking about the same thing, that he has a long gap and he is 22 years old. He was pursuing different career opportunities and then got to know about Salesforce. So he has done 3 Salesforce certifications, and he really wanted to get real job or real project experience. So everything sounded nice. I was giving all the information and I was very helpful. But then when I looked at his Trailhead modules, I only see some 60 modules, 60 badges done. That shows the passion, the amount of passion one has. So if somebody has really studied, really gone through all the Trailhead modules, I would say they might have easily done 100, more than 100 Trailhead badges, or they might have at least done one super badge or some mini projects in there. So your passion is visible by all those things, by the number of badges that you have done, the quality number of badges that you have done, the points that you have got on the Trailhead, the certifications, the super badges, your engagement in the community. So there are many other ways that you can still make your profile strong, in spite, even though if you do not have real job experience.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for adding on that. There is a criteria which is mentioned by Atul sir in the chat. So I would request the participant to please check it, and if he or she is eligible to that, they can definitely contact Cloud Vandana for the amazing opportunity. Ma'am, please continue.
That's great. So I'm looking at the questions here. I think some of the questions I already answered earlier, so I'm skipping some of the questions. How to register for pro bono projects on Salesforce? So I remember I have looked at this link, and I have given to the members of my study group. I can find the link here. I'm typing that link in the chat window. So this is for the Salesforce Pro Bono program, where you would fill out, and on the other end, Salesforce will have a list of nonprofits who are looking for volunteers to implement some of their projects. So you can be mapped with a nonprofit once you fill it out. But as you know, there are so many people who wanted to get experience, and they may have already filled out, and there may be a long line. But don't wait for this. Also try to reach out other channels or on other medias to get some volunteer work. If you in a network, and if you know somebody who can benefit from the implementation, you can go proactively and suggest them, or you can create your own projects. But you can get started with this, fill this out, and wait for it. In the meantime, keep doing something else. I'm just going back to the questions to make sure that I'm not missing anything. What are your tips for senior candidates who have faced only pre-sales demo delivery or not on live professional delivery? How to get there and make a shift? So you can start building your technical expertise the same way, Trailhead badges and certifications, and then you can, once you are confident and once you have the proper experience, you can have the shift and apply for a more technical role. I hope that answered your question. If not, please feel free to type in your follow-up question. And the next question is, I have 4 years gap and I switched to Salesforce. Can you tell me what path should I follow? So if I'm not sure how where you are in your Salesforce journey. This question is by Bhuvnesh. So I'm not sure where you're in Salesforce journey, what modules you have completed, and what your interest is in. But you can get started on the admin concepts, and then if you're interested and you have the passion to be a developer, I would strongly recommend for you to learn the development aspects and look for developer jobs. And if development is something not your cup of tea, then you can also look for other roles like a BA. So BA will be less technical, but you should have some basic knowledge of what features are available, how things work. I think those are all the questions that we have.
Shall we start the quiz, ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we wait for 1 minute as the guys are joining? I'm locking the quiz. Yeah.
Can I have the game pin?
Yeah, it's in the chat box. Shravani Sai, third one. Lakshmi second. And one is AK Srinivas. AK Srinivas, can you share me your ID, mail ID? Okay, sure. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your excellent session.
It's all my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me to talk to the group. I really enjoyed, and I hope it's helpful to everyone.
And thank you, Harshit, and thank you, Praveen, for this hosting. Thank you, guys. And we will meet in next session on June 5th. Thank you. And I'm ending the session, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you and bye,
Have a
ma'am.
good
Stay
weekend.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Praveen.